Get ready to be jolted out of the ordinary and into a world where conversations are charged with intensity and facts. The Lightning Strike Talk Radio with your host, Mohammed Faheem, broadcasting live from the heart of the city on Chicago's Progressive Talk Radio, WCPT 820 AM. Welcome to a radio show that charges through the airwaves with an electricity like no other. Here's your host, Mohammed Faheem.
Good morning, Chicago, and welcome to another episode, another edition of the Lightning Strike. Mohammed Faheem in the studio, and with me today is Jacob Pettyjohn, our new intern, who will be on the air with us today for today's show. Good morning, Jacob. Welcome.
Good morning. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
And Ken DeLuke and Marie Newman will be calling in today. And John Arena is at the Bears game having a tailgate party right now. Welcome, Ken.
I'm on the line.
Good morning.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, great. How's it going today? Howdy, folks. Unfortunately, I had to do a remote feed today, but this is a very interesting time that we're going through.
Okay, and we got Marie on the line also. Marie, good morning.
Good morning.
So, we have a lot of stuff to discuss as usual, folks. Every Sunday morning we are here for you, and our website is tlsradio.com. That's a new website that we are developing. Our person of the week is Anthony Scala, who's also known as Mr. Charity, if I believe correct, and we'll bring him on shortly. Sheila White, our segment producer, will be introducing Anthony as we go. Lots of things to talk about again, and we want to start off a segment today on how do you interact with public officials? How do you make the needle move when you want to have something happen that your representatives have to listen to you? And Marie, let's start off on that note. Marie Newman has been a congresswoman, and Marie has a lot of experience on how things work. So, Marie, right off the bat, when someone wants to highlight an issue as a constituent, what is the best way for them to approach an elected official?
So there are some ways that are better than others, right? So what I always recommend is that if you're going to communicate at all with an official, understand the bill thoroughly. So read up on it. It's super easy. Just Google it and read it. Make sure you understand the bill or the issue thoroughly before you go in front of a member of Congress or a state rep or an alderman or whatever elected official it might be. So do your homework for sure.
Okay.
The most successful conversations are just like in life, right? Have one in person. So set up a meeting with that official either in their district office or their D.C. office if they're a federal official, and make sure that you communicate, maybe even have a short presentation for them. And then just staying really respectful is very important because I will tell you most public officials will just kind of tune out if you're screaming at them. So stay respectful and have a dialogue. So that's the best first way. The second best way is to call but still be knowledgeable. The third way is to write a thoughtful email. If they have social media, go ahead and contact, but just know social media does not really do anything. They're not usually affected very much. In fact, many elected officials just ignore social media and their staff takes care of it. So those are the lines of defense.
So,
Marie, can I ask you a question real quick? If you, as a congresswoman, if, like, say your party line is one way and what you feel is important to your, goals are opposite of that party line, do you find it possible, or is there a main influence where if you reach out to that, U.S. House representative or whatever, and you make your feelings known, do you see in today's blue and red, black and white environment, is that influential at all, or is it you just like throwing spaghetti against the wall and hoping it sticks?
It's always worth a shot because there have been times when I was in office that I was given more information. I did my own research, and I evolved on certain issues. So that can happen for sure, and it doesn't matter if it's a blue or a red issue. But remember, and you have to remind your elected officials, an elected official's number one job beyond anything is to be the voice of the people in the district. So it kind of doesn't matter if it is a blue slant or a red slant. You have to vote the way your district wants to. And I always did, to the point of really being very precise about things, is that I made sure that whatever decision I made, it was very consistent with what the district wanted.
So, Marie, just to recap our conversation, if someone wants to bring up an issue, number one thing is for the person to get educated about the issue, not just come up to an elected official and say, hey, we want you to do this or to do that, and come up with, would it be good if the person comes up with some suggestions for how to do things that they would like to get done? Obviously, as an elected official, you've got so many things happening that you would want someone to kind of present a brief, right?
Yeah, I do, and I've worked on both sides of that equation because I've been an advocate for healthcare equity and inequity in the economy and gun reform and civil rights and the like. So as an advocate, I frequently helped write legislation, for the last 20 years. And it's been very positive relationship. And on the other side, being on the elected official side, when someone brings me a brief and some suggestions, we can easily translate it into, because a bill has a very distinct and clear objective, and there is a way to write it that actually has to be vetted through a drafting process and all the like. So, yes, bringing an idea in a brief that says we would like this bill to accomplish this, here's the background on it, and this is why this would work, and always quantify. So it's a little bit like a business brief, right? Is that quantify the problem.
So these people who go the other route, they go out on the street and hold up, yard signs protesting a policy of the government. How effective are those protests, Mary?
It is effective. It all works together. I can't tell you how effective that is because I will tell you on particularly egregious issues, it is okay, again, respectfully, and your right to assemble and your right to protest and free speech are yours to keep in this country. So I will tell you protesting works very beautifully with individual outreach that we just suggested.
Okay. So
it is the social media campaign, it is the email campaign, it is phone campaign, it is working with them in person. And, also if it is a very popular and known issue in your district and your representative isn't moving on it, you should keep the protests at their offices and their events going. Absolutely. Okay.
So, folks, we are talking about how to approach your elected officials to affect a change that you would like to see happen. Let's make sure that these changes that are happening at the federal level, that's fine. We've got 4 more years of Trump coming up, but that's not so scary if we come across and we come together and we participate as a group. On that note, a new nonpartisan coalition has been formed recently called the Governors Safeguarding Democracy, GSD. And we'll talk more about those things and a couple of other topics as we go along. And again, you're tuned into The Lightning Strike. I'm your host, Mohammed Faheem. With me in the studios today, our intern, Jacob Pettyjohn. We'll be right back after this break.
Your voice matters more than ever. Are you registered to vote? If not, don't wait. Download the Vote IQ app today. Vote IQ gives you all the information you need on local and national offices, plus constant updates on the political news that affects you. It's easy, it's free, and it's your key to making informed decisions. Visit the Play Store or go online to www.app.voteiq.org. Your vote is your power. Make it count. Download the app now and ensure you make an informed decision at the polls.
Welcome back to the Lightning Strike with Mohammed Faheem.
Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the Lightning Strike. Mohammed Faheem in the studio with my co-host for today, our intern, Jacob Pettyjohn. Jacob, take it and run with it, man.
All righty. So we got our segment producer for